beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, TasteOfDivinity. It's your girl, Tastee. How's it going, you guys? I am so sorry, Libra. Happy birthday. Your season's almost up. We've had some technical difficulties. I recorded y'all entire video. And there was a video playing in the background on my laptop. And so like when I went to combine my intro with the video, you heard the video that was in the background on top of the recording that I did, and it was playing through the entire recorded video. So I was so Jerome. I was so upset, you guys, but maybe the message was not meant to come out that day. It's all good. I'm going to give y'all an extra oracle from the angel deck. Since I effed up, I was feeling energetically depleted afterwards because I did personal readings that day too. And so just doing it today. And it's my self-care Sunday too, you guys. So like I usually don't do anything that's not pertaining to me resting, but I don't want y'all to like wait a whole week. It's not really fair, especially during y'all season. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. But we're here now. So we're going to be doing the social connection spread this week, and this is for the people who are just heaviest in your energy. It's not necessarily friends, but friends can be included. It's just people who you are around a lot, people who you think about a lot to where it affects your energy. So it could be ex-friends, it could be colleagues, work colleagues, etc., our actual friends, you feel me? But yeah, so if y'all want to know how my readings work, I do recommend looking at the description box below. It's not going to resonate with every Libra out there. Use your intuition when receiving these messages. And if you want a personal reading, you can most definitely hit me up as well. So let's go ahead and get started on this spread. We're going to start off with a positive affirmation card like always. And you guys, okay, because I know y'all see me looking down, technology, I am not a tech savvy person. Okay, let me just put that out there. I am not tech savvy in the slightest bit, form or fashion. So I'm not even sure you can really see me. For some reason, the software that I use, I have no idea what I did. I was trying to see if I could take the audio output out from the laptop and just keep the output of the audio from what I was speaking. Because there's 3 different types of audio mixers on this thing, and I was just clicking around, and it's a long story. Long story short, the software that I'm using is nowhere. It doesn't look like how it looked when it started. So I think I got things back up, sort of, kind of, at least you can hear me now, but I have a lot to figure out. I can say that much. It's just I'm probably gonna have to YouTube some videos or something, because I haven't figured it out yet. Okay, I haven't figured it out yet. So, but let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so very much, Holy Spirit, for allowing me to receive this message from our Libras. So what positive affirmation would you like to start them off with? Can you show me clearly? Alrighty, so it says, I love and approve of myself. So it says, I appreciate, let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, so it's so weird, you guys, the way things are set up now. I don't get it right now. The lighting is horrible. I hope you can see it, but it says, I love and appreciate myself. I appreciate all that I do. I am good enough just as I am. I speak up for myself. I ask for what I want, and I claim my power. So this is very beautiful. So just from this is you fully loving yourself, being yo, you know what? I deserve everything in my life to be great. I deserve to have standards. I deserve to have boundaries. I deserve to uphold my own boundaries. I deserve to uphold my own standards. I deserve to be able to express myself. I deserve to be able to ask for what I want and expect to get what it is that I want. You feel me? From people around me, etc., etc. If I have a problem with something, I can say I have a problem with it. If I want someone to to do a favor for me, I can ask for that favor. If I can't hang out with this person today, it's okay. If I don't have the energy to do this, it's okay, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So this is very beautiful. This is like you just loving and approving of all of you. The days you feel like doing stuff, the days you don't feel like doing stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go ahead and get started. The first card is where you're at currently concerning the people that's heaviest in your energy. And y'all know I like to do the where you're at currently so you can know if it's your story or not. So let's go ahead and get started. My Libra's at currently. So we have the Seven of Cups, you guys. So this is like you are looking at a lot of options. I do feel like you have a lot of people around you, a lot of different options, a lot of different friend groups around you, a lot of different people who you feel like are emotionally connected to you, and you're kind of just like seeing, you know, what group of people do you that really tug at your heartstrings. Because I see there's this Ace of Wands here with the Two of Cups here, and the Eight of Wands here, and the Queen of Wands here, and the Queen of Swords, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I do feel like this you just wanting to take your time to see like which out of these group of people are different connections, because some of them are not like, because I see there's some sneaky connections here too. You got some snakes, you got some people who you feel like really tug at your heartstrings, you have some people who you really look up to, you have some people who are in some like Greek mythical stuff, like you have some people who are into those things like something in dragons, like medieval type, you know, like people who just like those type of mythical games and stuff like that. I see it's a lot of different groups of people, you know, like interests and stuff like that. So you have a lot of different options of different groups that you can hang out with, different people you can connect with for where you're at currently. You're just looking to see which ones really care about you the most, which ones you feel like you can connect to on a I guess like on a very deep emotional level with your own heart, because we do have the Two of Cups with the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is like you starting a new beginning with reigniting passion towards significant relationships. The Two of Cups talks about divine connections, people who you feel like balance you out. Like this is like, you know, we may not always agree on the same things, you know, but you do help me see a different perspective. You're willing to experiment with me. You're willing to figure things out with me. You know, you're willing to, you know, balance out my negative thinking or even my positive thinking. You're here to balance me out. So I do feel like this is you wanting to focus a lot, do a lot of actions, talk with, you know, put your energy towards actual relationships that you feel like deserve your love and your heart. I do see you're doing a lot of healing here, to have boundaries set in place with this Queen of Wands and this Queen of Swords. I do see you are taking your time when it comes to opening your heart up to be more vulnerable with people, but and to also express your boundaries with love and tenderness and compassion. Because I see you do want to be able to embrace opportunities more. You want to be able to embrace being able to be connected with different people. I do feel like in this moment in time, you do have a lot of groups that you connect with, like I said, but I do see like you're wanting to see who deserves most of your time, your effort, and your energy. Because it's just like, yeah, I do know I'm going to have different groups of friends. Like, you know, I have my business friends, I have my friends who I can have fun with, I have my friends who I can be very vulnerable with, I have my friends who, my spiritual friends, you know, et cetera, et cetera. I have my friends who I can just play games with, you know, I have my friends who I can do my little nerdy stuff with, you know, whatever. So I do see like you're seeing which ones, you're kind of categorizing them. You're categorizing your friend groups, and I see that's what's taking place. So let's see, what are you to learn from these people who are heaviest in your energy? Thank you so very much, Spirit. So what are my Libras to learn from these people who are heaviest in their energy? We have the King of Pentacles. So what are you to learn from these people is to be more stable within yourself. The King of Pentacles is someone who take care of their community, from taking care of themselves. So the King of Pentacles is like someone who takes their time, a very nurturing person. It's someone who likes to give physical things and invest and physical efforts towards, you know, themselves and to other people. So I do feel like what you're supposed to learn from these individuals, we have the Five of Cups being here, you guys. The Five of Cups just talks about you not focusing on things you can't control. So it's just like if certain relationships have ended, it's not to say anything about your own stability, or if certain things, like certain, not even just relationships, just like skills or mindsets, or just endings, things that have happened that have ended, things that you can't change or things that you can't control. Just because those situations happen doesn't mean that, you know, it's your fault. Because I do feel like with this King of Pentacles, it's like someone who can just blame themselves for everything because they like to be so heavily involved in people's lives. They like to be so heavily involved in their community. They like to be so heavily involved. Like the King of Pentacles likes to take care of people physically, and they like to make sure people are just stable within themselves. So you are supposed to learn how to be more stable within your own self, taking care of your own self, having your own study, finding your own sense of stability, so that you can learn how to focus on the things that you can control. So this is what you are to learn. Like, hey, I can't do everything for everybody. I can't teach everybody everything, you know, and I do feel like this is you just having your own standards set in place with this Seven of Wands being here and this Lover's card. This is Gemini energy. You know, this is like legit standing up for yourself, having standards for yourself against people who try to bring you down for, you know, just wanting to overuse your energy, you know. So it's just like, if you can't do something, that's totally okay. This King of Pentacles, like, he's very strict. That's the pops. That's the pops. Like, this pops right here, he has discipline, you guys. This is your dad who rarely shows his emotional side because he likes to get his stuff done. The Queen of Pentacles would be like, the King of Pentacles would be like, hey, you know, no, you can't have a cookie after 8 p.m. because then you're going to be feeling tired when you wake up, you know, or hey, you know, you need to go brush your teeth after you just ate dinner, or else, you know, you're going to be having to build up a blase this and blase. Like, the King of Pentacles is someone who likes to make sure things are stable, and they like to make sure they have their own routine set in place. They like to make sure things are taken care of, okay? The Queen of Pentacles would be like, you know, she'll sneak you out to the side and give you a cookie, even though the King of Pentacles said that you can't have that cookie. She's going to be like, one cookie don't matter. But the King of Pentacles, he's like, nah, baby. We have to stick to a plan, you know. We have to stick to what we said we was going to do, you know, type of thing. And it's like, they want you to be able to learn how to do that, to stick to your own plan, to find your own sense of stability, but also don't blame yourself for things that you can't control. So it's just like, if you had a plan, like, to do something, and you said, I'm gonna do this every single day, you know, I'll exercise, you know, every single day for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And then one day you got super sick, or you went in the hospital, or you got to the hospital, or maybe even, you know, you exercise for an hour a day, and one day you can't hang out with these people in the morning or whatever, because that's your time that you said that you was going to exercise. And so it's just like, you've lost that opportunity to go eat breakfast with those people, but, you know, you have to keep your commitment with the exercise, you know, type of thing, so that you can have your own sense of stability for yourself. So it's just like taking care of yourself, and not, like, you can't do everything. Overall, I feel like that's what you're supposed to learn, is that you cannot do everything. You can't go hang out with those people during breakfast while also keeping up with your commitment to, like, it's like picking and choosing. And I do feel like what they're telling you is to make sure that your own self is stable first, because let's say you continue to go eat breakfast with those people every single morning because that's something that they did, versus doing your exercise, you know, every week, and in turn it affected the way your body looked, you know. So it's like, that was you neglecting your own self-care, something that you said that you was going to do for your own sense of stability within yourself, to appease someone else. And then, like, you know, it's a loss, you know. So it's just like, I do feel like that's what they're telling you to do. Like, just to focus on your own sense of stability, focus on nurturing yourself so that you can take care of other people. Because then in return, you would be feeling kind of resentful towards those people because you're not doing what it is that you know you have to do for yourself, you know. It's like, instead, you know, you could catch lunch with them. Or maybe, you know, you could work out 5 days out of the week, and on a Sunday or something, you could go catch breakfast with them 1 day out of the week or something like that, you know. I feel like it's just like having better boundaries in place, not being afraid to say no and stuff. So let's see, how can you better these connections? Can you show me clearly, please, Spirit? How can my Libras better these connections? We have the King of Cups, you guys. So what you're supposed to learn is how to be more stable. How can you better these connections? Is the King of Cups. The King of Cups is someone who has a lot of compassion. It's someone who loves a lot, who expresses. They have trouble expressing their love, you guys. But we have the Hierophant card here in the Seven of Swords here with the Lovers card. So this would be like you not wearing a mask, or you not being honest with your emotions and your feelings. Being afraid to be vulnerable to people. Being afraid to really dive deep into and open up emotionally to people like that you do genuinely love. With this Lovers card, those are significant committed relationships that you feel like you have with people who you feel like you would like to, like people, even people in your own community. Like if you're building up a community, being vulnerable with these people, not being afraid to cry, not being afraid to tell them like, yo, I'm not feeling like my strongest right now. Not being afraid to really, really connect with these people. I do feel like what can help better these connections is you being emotionally vulnerable. Because the King of Cups is someone who could go through an emotionally tough time, but you would not be able to tell from looking at their face. You wouldn't be able to tell how emotionally they really feel by just looking at them, because they have this very strong, hardcore exterior, but it's the King of Cups, baby. There's a freaking water sign over here. They emotional, okay? Emotional AF. So this is like not going through things alone, not going through your emotions alone, because it's like when you share that vulnerable side of yourself, you're going to see that there are other people out there who resonate just like you. You're going to see there's people out there who have those same feelings as you, and it's just reassuring to see that, oh, you're going through this also, you're going through this just like me, and it's not to like trauma bond or anything like that, but it's just like if it's someone who actually wants to take control of their, because what you're to learn is to be more stable within your emotions. If someone who actually want to take control of their situation, then y'all can learn how to explore your emotions together, if that makes sense, in a healthy way, because it's not healthy to mask your emotions. If something makes you feel some type of way, it's beautiful to be able to express it. So let's see what can surely hurt these connections. What can surely help it is you just being really expressive, emotionally mature, just being emotionally mature. So not being reactive, being proactive, knowing what emotions to respond off of, and which ones you shouldn't, etc., etc. Just being emotionally mature. So let's see what can surely hurt these connections. Show me, Philly, please, Spirit. What can surely hurt these connections is the Ace of Cups, you guys. And I feel like with that Ace of Cups is just you not really opening up completely. Like the Ace of Cups is like you have so much love, you have so much passion that, if you were to really like tune into it, it would be difficult for you to just sit still. It would be difficult for you to stay away from these people. It would be difficult for you to not express your love. So like we have this King of Wands and the Six of Swords here at the bottom of the deck with the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is someone who is with the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Swords is someone who's very shut off emotionally. So they have their heart locked up to protect themselves. They don't want to they just don't want to open their heart up again. They don't like to put themselves out there because they don't want to get hurt again. They're very afraid to feel that pain, and so that fear of pain makes it difficult for them to feel love as well. It makes it difficult for them to really enjoy the experience as well. Because if you can't feel, like, they don't want to feel the pain, so they're not going to feel the pleasure at all, because you can only cut your feelings off. You can't say, hey, I'm not going to experience pain, but I will experience pleasure. That's not how it works. You're cutting off your feelings altogether, because if you really was to truly feel all of the pleasure, you would have to feel the pain, and usually when you do take the time to feel your pain, it makes you appreciate the pleasure aspect of it more, because you're just like, yo, like I know what it feels like to not have anybody. I know what it feels like to be in a mentally stuck place. I know what it feels like to, feel like I don't feel anything, and so the fact that y'all are invoking these feelings out of me, the fact that y'all are showing me that I deserve love, the fact that we're able to express our love with each other, the fact that we're able to grow with each other emotionally, is something that I'm very, very glad to be a part of. It's something I'm very, very glad to have. So like I literally feel myself tearing up, just like, I don't know, like, rah. These emotions are very beautiful. But with this Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck with this Six of Swords, the Six of Swords talks about looking at cold, hard truths. And moving to peaceful waters, moving to calm waters, not staying in a mentally stuck place, not staying in a place mentally, or it could even be a physical environment that does not bring you peace, that does not, it could be a mindset of feeling stuck, a mindset of feeling like, you don't know how to deal with your emotions, a mindset of feeling like you're not in control of who deserves your love, or who you can express your love to, or even your emotions as a whole. With that Knight of Wands being here, this is like you not really being consistent when it comes to you getting out of this mental mindset about your idea of love. You know, this is you not opening up to new love. This is you not opening up to like moving to a new location when it comes to your own beliefs about like what you deserve love wise, moving to a different location mentally or physically, about, you know, the type of love that you deserve to be around, et cetera, et cetera. So like the Ace of Cups is unconditional love, you guys. So what could surely hurt these connections is not having that unconditional love, an overwhelming amount. So it's like these are people who could have even possibly hurt you, you guys, but you love them. Like, and I tell you, your heart, like, freaking, like, I feel it. I feel the love that you have for these people. And so it's just like everybody is going to hurt you. Like, literally, there's no, like, the only way someone is not going to hurt you is if they are afraid to uphold their own boundaries and they just do everything you tell them. And in that case, they're going to be hurt because they're not being who they are authentically. But when it comes to people who express their boundaries, when it comes to other leaders and stuff, and y'all are here with each other, like there's literally there's no not being hurt when it comes to being around human beings and people, because we're all going through our own trauma. We're all learning things about ourselves. We're all figuring out life. We're all figuring out ourselves, you know. So it's like when it comes to those people who you genuinely love, you have to ask yourself who deserves that, you know, like how bad was that hurt, you know, and like even like if that person can't be around you anymore physically, they still do deserve your love because you did genuinely love them. And it's like when you genuinely love somebody, you just want them to be happy, even if it's with you, even if it's not with it, you know. But this is just like having that unconditional love to be like, hey, you know, you were a significant relationship in my life. I actually genuinely loved you. I actually genuinely appreciated being around you, and I still love you, you know, even though you hurt me, or even though, you know, we can't be around each other as much as I thought we could. I still have so much love for you. I still want you to succeed. Like, I still want you to be able to approve of yourself and to claim your own power. And I would want that for, you know, for you to feel the same way about me, you know, et cetera, et cetera. So I do feel like just what will surely hurt these connections is just you not loving them through all of their phases in their life, you know, because in reality we all have that ability to change, you guys. So it's just like where you was at once, you don't have to be attached to that person in your past, and you don't have to attach other people to that person in their past either, you know. So it's like people have the ability to grow. It's difficult, I'm not gonna lie. You do have to be intentional and consistent, you know. You have to hold yourself accountable, but it's most definitely possible. Very much so possible to grow, very much so possible to change, very much so possible to transform. And so this is like you just extending that love to those people who you genuinely like. These are significant people, you guys. It's not someone who you just don't give no fudge about and they hurt you, you know, type of thing. These are people who you just like, man, I actually genuinely miss that person. You know, I genuinely love that person. Still love them. You still can love them. That's pretty much is all they're saying. Because it's like it's a divine timing type of thing. Sometimes where they're at in their life right now and where you're at in your life right now, y'all would do more harm to each other than y'all would help if y'all were together, you know. And so you have to go through your own little path and your own little lessons, and same with that person, you know. And then maybe at one point y'all will end up back on that same path together. So let's see what other messages they have for y'all. So we have gratitude, you guys. We have despondence at the bottom of the deck. I kind of want them both. Both of these talks about karmic wounds and issues that you've been brought on to this world to work out. It also talks about your willingness to do your own soul searching, to recognize patterns that you have inherited from your own family of origin and to break them. So these are generational curses. So things that you notice your parents doing, your grandparents, etc., etc. It stops with you if you are aware, if you are willing to look at that and see what patterns and curses that you are to break. So Despondence says you have all the answers you need within you. This card may indicate an emotional tie that no longer serves you. Remember, how you relate to the issue is the issue. Obstacles are removed when you change your relationship to them. By taking action, I found the road out. Iris teaches us that the only route out of stagnation is motion. If we do nothing, we must accept the consequences. In which part of my life am I feeling immobilized? I know what I need to do. Am I willing to trust myself? Feeling helpless, acceptance of circumstances, change on the horizon, taking action, revelation, movement, and encouragement. So, I do feel like with this, like literally what they're saying, like sometimes like you can still love these people even if they're not like mentally, if they're not bringing you peace. That Six of Cups is like looking at the cold hard facts. This environment isn't serving me. These people aren't serving me. They're not challenging me. You know, they're not like, I don't feel deeply connected with these people. You know, like I don't feel like I resonate with these group of people. I don't feel like they bring me my peace. And even though I still love them, does not mean that I have to spend majority of my time with them. Even especially if they're not aiding in what you visualize for yourself to be. It would be like if you want to be like, you know, a millionaire or whatever, and you're surrounded by people who don't even like to go the extra mile, who just like to give their bare minimum when it comes to, you literally are who you hang around the most. So if you're hanging around people who like to give their bare minimum, you like, you feel me? Like, yeah, so it's like if you want to be able to go the extra mile, if that's something that you have a value for yourself, get around people who like to also go the extra mile, who take pride in going the extra mile. You feel me? And then we have gratitude, and it says you are capable of more than mere mortal conversation. This is a time of enlightened communication, and you will raise the consciousness of others. You are stepping into self-masteries. The gifts that you see in others live within you. That's beautiful. So gratitude says, I am so glad I have you in my life. Gratitude raises our vibrations to a higher level. If you are unhappy in any relationship, Lucy reminds us that it is always in your power to change it. There's no mystery to being a good person. Good people just do good things, you guys. Good people just do good things. So it's just like, even if that person's no longer in your life, you can still love them unconditionally, because that is the type of person that you are. You are a good person. You love. You are very good at doing that. Don't change who you are because of the way someone treated you. Don't change who you are authentically because of some sort of situation. They don't deserve to tarnish your love. There are people out there who actually genuinely deserve your type of love, baby. You feel me? And you deserve to feel it. You deserve to have that equal exchange of love from other people too. So it says friendship, deep love, pregnancy, nurturing unconditional love towards self and others. Facts. Who is the person I admire the most? Why and how can I live at that level? Appreciation, recognition, and esteem. The meditation for this says for the next 10 days, spend a few minutes making a gratitude list. Do not look at the previous days before you begin each day. At the end of 10 days, read all that's on the list. Read all of the list and notice what keeps coming up. Are you on your list? Are you grateful for yourself, baby? So let's do this Moonology deck. What additional messages you have for my Libras? Show me clearly, please, Spirit. Additional messages you have for my Libras. What additional messages you have for my Libras, Spirit? Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have be bold, make the first move, and a personal issue reaches resolution. So something within yourself you're coming to a conclusion on. You know, like, oh yeah, I love and I approve of myself. I deserve nothing less. I deserve nothing less than great. You know, from the people around me, the things that I accept. You know, even the treatment that they treat me. You know. So it says the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. A win-win forecast is an outcome. Full moon in Libra. This is very beautiful because you're a very balanced person. And so it's just like literally just because these people can't be around you doesn't mean there has to be pain and resentment. So it's like you can back away from these people in a loving way. It doesn't have to be like, you know, I'm judging you type of thing, blah, 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 blah. It's just like a genuinely, I want to do what's best for me. And I want you to do what's best for you. And I feel like us being with each other right now, we are not helping each other be our best selves. And this is for some of the people around you, because like I said, where you're at right now, you're really looking at your different friend groups. You have a lot of people around you, and you're seeing which ones you truly, truly deserve or want to be around to help you get your dream life the way that you truly want it to be. And then we have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. I do feel like this is just expressing yourself on, you know, like, hey, I ask for what I want. I speak up for myself. I claim my power. You know, I am good enough. You know, like, so I do feel like that's you working through your fear to actually be like, I deserve better than the people that I'm around, or I deserve better than what I'm accepting for myself, you know. So let's see. Messages from your angels, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Alrighty. So at the bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Gabriel. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please do not allow for insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. And then we have Mystique. Keep charging forward and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. And I do feel like they're just telling you to keep charging forward, like for what it is that you want your goal like to be. Because I know like some of y'all could be like, dang, am I ever going to find people who truly resonate with me? Am I ever going to find people who have the same goals as me? Am I ever going to find people who, you know, want to build the same type of dream life as me, et cetera, et cetera? They're telling you, yes, you just have to trust the process. Like you have, like really out of 100 people that you meet, only 2 people are really going to be about anything. You feel me? And so it's just like, if you have that mindset, majority of the people who I go through, I'll be lucky to find one person who actually like really, really about it, you know. But it's beautiful to have those quality over quantity type of relationships anyway. Then we have Omega, victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. So I do feel like what they're really telling you is just to keep doing what it is that you're doing. Keep exploring. Keep figuring things out. Keep noticing. Because I see like where you're at the 7 of Cups, you're really looking. You're really looking at the different groups that are around you. You're really looking to see what resonates with you and what doesn't. Continue to do that. Continue, because it's like eventually you are going to be surrounded by those people and y'all going to be able to grow together, and it's going to be very beautiful. And then we have Indrael. You are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon the heaven and all of its inhabitants. And so in that case, literally, that's why what will hurt these connections is you not having that unconditional love. Because it's like sometimes, especially with light workers, it's like your mission is to legit just shine. Your mission is to shine by being who you are authentically. And it's like sometimes when your mission is complete with a particular group of people, you have to go to another group of people and you have to shine your light there. You know, so it's just like when it comes to you being who you are going to be getting the back burner of things because you're strong enough to get through it, you know. And it's like if you're a light, the only way a light can shine is in the darkness, you guys. And it's like sometimes you do go through dark situations, but it's only so that you can shine brighter. That's your opportunity to shine brighter because you have that ability to not tolerate the BS, you know, not to allow for BS to dim your light, not allow for people to dim your light, and et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes literally when you leave, you leaving, you attracting your energy is what's going to help bring that transformative energy towards those group of people. So with that being said, I love y'all so much. I pray that this message resonated for whoever it's supposed to resonate for. Remember, you guys, we're always growing and we're always lit. Y'all have a wonderful evening on purpose, okay? Toodles.